right, so we'll find our seated mountain pose. So we'll sit in our chair. And so all of these are suggestions. So I'm gonna say feet are flat on the floor. Now, if that's not a thing for you, if your feet just don't go flat on the floor, that's okay. We're hoping that we reach the floor unless you're in some kind of scooter or wheelchair. If you're in a regular chair and you don't reach the floor, you can also put a blanket or a block or a pillow or something to bring the legs a little up. So your thighs are parallel to the floor. So feet are flat on the floor, toes are pointing towards me, spine is long and tall. Chin is parallel to the floor, but crown to the ceiling. But chin is parallel to the floor, so we're not looking up. Good. You can go ahead and bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Maybe opening the heart just a little bit. Good. All right, if it feels okay for you to close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes. If not, you can always soften that gaze. So softening the gaze is just maybe looking in front of you on the floor, maybe not really focusing on anything, or looking ahead of you, not focusing on the screen, or just closing them all together. And starting to notice the breath, maybe noticing the length of the inhales and noticing the length of the exhales. And we're just noticing without judgment, without even trying to change anything, just noticing your breath. And whenever you're ready, taking a nice big inhale into your belly. Feeling the belly rise and expand like a balloon. And on the exhale, belly deflates, navel goes towards spine. You can go ahead and picture that. Inhale, belly rises. And exhale, belly falls, all of the air comes out. And keep going, doing a few more of those at your own pace, to your own breath. Inhaling into the belly, feeling it fill with air like a balloon. Exhaling all of that air out. And a few more on your own. And whenever we're ready for that next inhale, we'll let that breath grow and blossom into the side body, into the ribs. So on the inhale, you're feeling ribs expand and coming out and filling with air. And on the exhale, ribs come back together like an accordion. So inhale, ribs expand. Exhale, ribs come back to midline. And if you feel like you're having some trouble isolating the breath, just picture it going there in your mind's eye. Inhale, picture those ribs expanding, filling with air. Exhale, picture the ribs coming back together, back towards midline. You're not doing it wrong. And go ahead and do a few more of those at your own pace, to your own breath. Inhaling into the ribs and to the side body. And next, we'll let that breath grow into the chest and to the heart. So inhale, be a slight rise of the collarbone. Exhale, slight fall. Inhaling into the heart, chest filling with air. Exhaling all of the air out. Make sure you're going there in your mind's eye. And going ahead and doing a few more at your own pace, to your own breath. Next, we'll bring those 3 breaths together. So we'll inhale a little bit into the belly, a little bit into the ribs, and a little bit into the heart for one full inhale. And then exhale from the heart, then the ribs, and then the belly. And if it helps for you to count, you can inhale 1, 2, pinch it going into the belly, 3, 4 into the ribs, 5, 6 into the heart. And the same thing on the exhale, 1, 2 from the heart, 3, 4 from the ribs, 5, 6 from the belly. And this will be your own count to your own breath capacity. It could be slower or faster than I was counting. So we'll all be different. So we'll inhale belly, ribs, heart. And exhale, heart, ribs, belly. Go ahead and do that at your own pace to your own breath for a 3-part breath. And we do this breath to relax us, slow down the nervous system, keeping us in the moment. Whenever that next inhale comes, go ahead and take that inhale. And we'll exhale, bringing left ear towards left shoulder, nice and gentle. It's not going to touch. Nice, gentle side stretch. And we'll inhale up, exhale other side whenever you're ready. And honoring the difference between sides if that's happening. We don't want to force the neck to do anything. Letting it fall where it's comfortable. And on the inhale, you can come on up. When you're ready, exhaling. So we're going to go forward and off to the side. So chin towards armpit. So forward and off to the side a little. That's not going to touch probably. Breathing. And when you're ready to inhale up, exhale other side. And on the next inhale, up and exhale, like you're looking over your shoulder, trying to see something behind you. Nice and gentle, don't force. Inhaling back, exhale, other side. And inhale back and relax. Good. We're gonna do some shoulder rolls. So shoulders are gonna go up, back, and down. And find that full range of motion here. So going nice and slow, just finding every little movement you have, exploring your range, noticing maybe the circles are small, maybe they're big, but we'll notice without any judgment, without any stories attached. And maybe one of your shoulders is only working today, and that's okay. You can just do the one that works, the one that wants to work. Circling back, up, back, and down. Feeling those micro movements. And let's go ahead and reverse today. So I don't like to reverse too much because sometimes we tend to hunch over and already do that enough on our own. Just being mindful that you're not doing that, just rolling the shoulders. And you can go ahead and let that be still. So we'll inhale, fingertips on shoulders. Exhale, elbows come towards each other. Maybe they touch, maybe they do not touch. Inhale, open the heart, bring the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, elbows towards each other. Touching or not touching, doesn't matter, wherever your body wants to do today. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, elbows come towards. All right, keep going. One more time. And good. And shake it out. Make nice if you want. It feels good. We're gonna go back. Inhale, fingertips on shoulders. Good. This time we're gonna pretend that we have little pencils on our elbows and we're gonna draw circles on the walls. And so maybe they're big or maybe they're small or maybe they're both. Maybe you wanna switch it up. Reverse. And you shake it out. Make nice. You shake all your shaky stuff. Good. All right, clasping hands together, interlacing fingers. We're just gonna see if we can isolate the wrists and just roll the wrists. I know your arms are gonna move a little bit. We're just trying to roll the wrists. And reverse. And then let that be still. And we'll change the interlace of the fingers. So it's gonna feel funny probably. And roll the wrists again. And reverse. And you can shake them out. Perfect. Now, if your feet come off the floor, you can't see mine, but you can lift them up if they come off the floor. If they do not come off the floor, you can leave them there, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll circle, so these are your feet. We're gonna circle ankles, toes towards each other. Circle ankles, toes towards each other. So these were your feet, you're just gonna circle them. Just getting those snap, crackle, pops out. And I want everyone to close their eyes here and picture the most perfect circles that your feet are creating. Your feet are way up in the air and the circles are huge and they're big and you have all the mobility and all that flexibility in the world. And reverse that now. So now they're going to go this way. Same thing, picture them. The most perfect circles, all the mobility, all the flexibility, like a child. And now point your toes towards me and then towards you, and then back and forth, pointing and flexing. Now windshield wipers, so both feet, windshield wipers. Perfect. We're going to drop those heels to the floor and see, you might have to scooch a little forward in your chair, just being safe, being careful, you don't want to slide away. So you might want to hold on to the seat, or if you have arms on your chair, we're going to come a little forward. We're going to dig this, the heels are going to dig into the floor and legs are going to be as straight as they can be comfortably. So if you're super duper tight behind the legs, you might want to keep a little bit of bend in the knee. But even so, even if you are flexible, keep the knees soft. We don't want to lock those knees out. So legs are straight and heels are digging into the floor. If this is enough for you, you can stay here. If you feel that stretch behind the legs, feel free to stay here. Otherwise, we'll take a nice inhale. On the exhale, we'll either slide the hands forward, or you could just hinge at the hips if you're holding onto your chair. With a flat back, neck is still in line with spine. We're not rounding to get closer. We're not trying to touch the floor. We're just sliding the hands down, flat back, until you feel the stretch behind the legs. That is comfortable, but that is also a stretch. So that place between effort and ease, right? So you want to feel the stretch, but you don't want to hurt or overstretch. So coming to wherever that feels good. So most of us are not going to get to the floor. It's not a touch your toes game. If you get there and you're super flexible, that's fine. But we're just wanting to find that stretch behind the legs. Neck is still in line with spine. Spine is long and tall, so we're not rounding to get closer. And we're breathing. Nice deep breaths. Taking a nice big inhale. And on the exhale, see if you come a little bit more forward. Maybe a millimeter, maybe an inch, maybe a foot, maybe nothing. Just seeing what happens. And you're breathing. And whenever you're ready, you can inhale up. And exhale. Bring the feet back. Staying forward in the chair if you're forward in the chair a little. If you're forward in your seat a little, staying there. And we're going back to that sitting mountain pose. So our feet are flat on the floor, toes are forward, spine is long and tall. And feet are about hip width apart, which is about 2 fists between the knees approximately. So maybe you absolutely cannot sit like that and you need a little bit wider, and that's okay. That's okay too. All right, so we're going to inhale all the way up. And exhale, palms together down the middle. Good. And again, inhale, palms up all the way up. And exhale. And again, we're going to do a few. One more time. This time we're going to go all the way up. And we'll exhale, forward fold. So coming forward at the hips. And this time you can round the spine. You can come to the floor if you want, or if you can. Otherwise, maybe you come to your knees, maybe you come to the shins, your ankles, your toes, wherever you come is fine. Just making sure you're not inhibiting your breath here, okay? We want to be able to breathe. So if you come so forward, you can't breathe, then come up a little bit. That's okay. The breath is more important than anything here. You want to let the head hang, Or maybe you get here and you get the dizzies. You can always lean on thighs if that happens to you, if you get the dizzies. So taking care of your body here and your breathing. And of course, coming up and coming out of it whenever you want to. That's fine. If you've had enough, that happens. And whenever our next inhale comes, we're going to come up really slow on the inhale, one vertebrae at a time, really slow. Back to our seated position, nice and slow on the inhale, whenever that inhale, whenever you're ready. Perfect. So now we will bring the feet apart. So maybe a little wider than the chair legs, depending on what kind of chair. If you have a really wide chair, maybe not, but wider than the chair legs. And we'll start with the palms together again in front of the heart. And this time we'll inhale, point. And exhale, palms down. And again. So we're going to do this for a few more. And it's okay if you're not in sync with me. You can go ahead and do it at your own pace, to your own breath. That's absolutely fine. It's not synchronized yoga. It's okay if we're all different. To honor that, right? I think some people think yoga is one size fits all, and we're not one size fits all kind of people. So we have to adjust. One more time. And this time, instead of coming back, exhale, come forward again. That was a little awkward transition. Thanks for bearing with me here. So you're going to come forward again. So maybe you come a little bit more forward than last time because of the way we are sitting, or maybe not. Maybe you touch the floor, maybe your ankles, maybe your shins, maybe your knees, maybe you still get the dizzies and you want to lean the arms on the thighs is absolutely fine too. You can let that head hang, breathing, making sure that breath is flowing. A lot of times people find this one a little bit easier. And once again, when you're ready to come up on the inhale, we'll come up on an inhale whenever you're ready. And inhaling up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time, super duper slow. And then exhale at the end. And we'll stay here. While we're here, let's while we're here, we're gonna do a triangle pose. Why not, right? Why not? We're there. We're half there. So the triangle will be, we'll start with the outside of your left hand is going to go on the inside of your left leg, and then we'll look up at the right palm. So this, I just said that left hand, left leg, outside of left hand, inside of left leg, look up at right palm. Now this hand can go anywhere from the floor, your knee, or anywhere in between, wherever it comes. And if you have a neck ouchie today, you don't have to look up. If your shoulder's done, you can always bring that hand to the hip. So just adjusting for your body, what's going to feel good for you today, and you're breathing in our triangle pose. And whenever you're ready to inhale, you can come on up. And we'll exhale other side. So back of right hand inside of right leg, and either look up at left palm, or you could bring the hand to hip if that feels good, or you can look forward or down, or whatever is going to feel good for you here. And you are breathing. And whenever you're ready for the inhale, you can come on up again. Exhale, relax. We're gonna sit back in our seat. Find our chair mountain one more time. Spine long and tall, feet flat on the floor, toes forward. Make sure you all hydrate before, during, or after, or all three. All right, so this one is our pigeon pose, our chair pigeon. So this might look different for everyone. So the ultimate goal here, or the full pose would be, the left ankle above the right knee. Now that's not for everyone, so that might not happen. Now, say you could get here and you're like, oh, that's a bit too much. You could straighten out that right leg, and it'll be a little bit easier on that left hip, left thigh. Now, if that doesn't work at all for you either, you can bring the ankle over the shin, or the ankle over the ankle even. So you could just cross the ankle over ankle, or bring it up to the shin, or bring it all the way up to the knee, above the knee. So that's going to be up to you, wherever you get. Maybe you know where you're going to get, and you can just get there. Maybe you have to experiment a little bit. So everyone will be different once again. So now, if you are here and you have access to your foot, what we're going to do is give it a little love, a little foot rub, maybe a little pat, little rub, massage, if that feels okay. If that's not for you, you can just send it some love from your heart. Maybe just appreciate your foot, appreciate all that it does for you, has done for you. Maybe you have a nice petty and you want to appreciate that. Whatever it is, give that foot some love, and don't forget your toes. Good. And whenever you had enough of that, you can, or maybe your ankle didn't get the workout it wanted before. Also, you can manually do that if you have access to it as well. Now you could let that be still once you've had enough. I'll take that left arm, rest on that left thigh. Right hand rests on the ankle or leg, wherever it feels good. Now you can stay here. Maybe you've had enough of a stretch and you can stay here and you feel it in that left hip, that left thigh. Or maybe you want a little more and you take a nice big inhale. And exhale, once again, a flat back here. So hinging at the hips with a flat back. So your neck is still in line with your spine. Your back is flat. We are not rounding to get closer. It's almost like we're still sitting up straight, but we're just coming forward at those hips to where you feel that stretch in that left hip, that left thigh. And you are breathing. Nice deep breaths. Beautiful. And whenever you've had enough, you can inhale, come on up. Exhale, take that right hand and bring it to the left knee. Left hand comes on thigh or chair. Inhale, lengthen spine, nice and tall. Exhale, deepening that twist. So twisting towards the bent knee, belly, ribs, and heart follow. Twisting towards your left probably. And breathing. So on every inhale, lengthen the spine. And on every exhale, imagine more twisting, like you're a sponge wringing out. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, imagine more twisting. Or maybe you do twist another millimeter more. So we don't want to over twist them. And you can inhale and come on down. Exhale, help the leg down. Use your hand, help your leg down. Be gentle, make nice. Good. We'll do the other side in a second. First, we're going to take a nice big inhale. And exhale, like you're trying to touch the floor on the left side of you, and then lift that right arm up. Nice stretch in the side body. So you're going to feel that stretch in that, feeling that stretch in that right side. Breathe. So you're reaching for the floor. Right arm's reaching over, up and over. Good. And then we'll inhale up and exhale. We'll do the other side. We'll do that first. Good. Breathing. Good. And come on up. All right. So we're doing the right leg now in our chair pigeon. So you can cross ankle over ankle, ankle over shin, or ankle over above knee. So whatever works for you here. And just accordingly. So sometimes you might want to straighten out that opposite leg. So in this case, it would be the left leg. So the more you bring it forward, more you bring that foot forward, the little bit easier it'll be on that right hip, that right thigh, and the knee too. So that I have this knee's a little not as happy as the other knee. So sometimes I just have to adjust accordingly for that. So getting to a place where this feels okay for you, you'll probably feel a stretch. If it's enough of a stretch, go ahead and just stay where you are. If you would like a little bit more, you can take a nice big inhale and exhale forward, flat back once again, hinging at the hips to where you feel the stretch. And just noticing the sides are different. So on my other, for me personally, on my other side, I came forward a little bit more. On this side, not so much. So that might be you as well. And that's okay. We're just going to notice it without judgment, without a story attached. Just knowing you're not symmetrical and you're breathing. Whenever you're ready to inhale, you can inhale up. And we'll exhale, left hand on left knee or shin, right hand on thigh or chair. Inhale, lengthen spine, nice and tall. Exhale, deepening the twist, belly, ribs, and heart follow. So we're twisting towards the bent knee, probably towards your right. And we're not over twisting, we're just twisting to where it feels good. Lengthening on the inhale, and imagine more twisting on the exhale. And whenever you're ready, inhale back. Exhale, help the leg down and make nice shake or rub, massage, whatever feels good. And we're gonna go ahead and bring our palms to our thighs and stir the pot a little, release that back. You're gonna come forward and back and around, big circles. And reverse. And let that be still. Perfect. Now, we'll do a little gratitude receive. This is what I call this. So we all want or need something, right? Hopefully more wants than needs, but you know. So we're gonna ask. We're gonna ask. So we're gonna do this 5 times. So I'll just show you really quick, but we'll start together. So what we'll do is on our inhale, we're gonna open our heart, open our arms, look up to the sky, the heaven, the universe, whatever it is to you. Ask for something you want or need. And on the exhale, we'll bring the palms together in front of the heart, bow forward, and express gratitude for something that you have. Now, 5 times. As far as the asking, you can ask for 5 different things. They don't have to be for you. It could be the same thing 5 times. It does not matter. It could be whatever you want. Gratitude, 5 different things you're grateful for. That's very important. 5 separate things that you are grateful for. All right. And so when you are, we'll start together. We probably won't finish together, but when you are finished, we'll just meet. You can either meet, you can have your palms together in front of your heart, or you can just leave them in your lap, palms down, or even palms up for a more gesture of receiving, right? So whatever's comfortable with you. So we'll bring our palms together in front of the heart. We'll take a nice big inhale together. Long exhale. And we'll start on our next inhale. What do you want? What do you need? Open the heart, sky, heaven, universe. What do you need today? Whenever you're ready to ask, what are you grateful for? So no rush. Do as many as you think you need. But when you are ready, either a pump's going to go apart, or a pump's resting in the lap, or a pump's up in the lap, and eyes closed or gaze is soft. And so what were you asking for? What would it look like? What would it be like? And what would it feel like as if it were? As if it were. Go ahead and really visualizing that. And I want you to close your eyes and hold on to that visualization very, very strongly, in as much detail as you most possibly can. What would it be like as if it were? What would other people involved look, be, feel like? Really holding on to that, really seeing that. What would it be like? Holding on to that uninterrupted for as long as you can. Uninterrupted. What would it be like as if it were? So whenever you're ready, go ahead and get as comfortable as you can, whatever that means. So you're home, maybe you're home. So go ahead, sky's the limit. You want to go back to bed, go back to bed. Whatever you want to do, just get nice and comfy. And we're going to find that little place in your head where the thoughts come in. And just make it a little bit smaller. But today we're going to do something a little different. First of all, I just want to tell everyone I'm going to read a card from the Guidance from Above Empowerment deck, Divinely Inspired Words of Wisdom. This is someone else's deck that I wanted to look at. So I randomly picked a card for you guys today, and I'll read that one. I borrowed a couple of decks, so we've got some interesting cards to read in the future. But also today, so if you are anything like me and you go to meditate, sometimes your mind just goes to the grocery list, right? It just goes to places that, you really don't want it to be at that time. So what we do is we call this a focus meditation. When we focus on something else, so you could focus on the breath, you could focus on an image, whatever it is. And that way it'll keep those thoughts a little bit more at bay, those random thoughts. So today we'll focus on a positive mantra. So I want everyone to think of a positive mantra of your choice in the present tense. So it would be, and it's going to start with I am. So we'll inhale and think I am. And on the exhale, you will think some positive mantra of your choice as if it were. So inhale, I am at peace, or I am healthy, I am abundant, I am whatever it is. So go ahead and think of your own, whatever you think that you might need today or want. And just, and don't, it's very important that you don't pick anything with that's gonna bring you to any negative place or any negative trigger or anything like that. So or anything that's unbelievable, like I am a zillionaire, I mean, maybe you're a millionaire instead. So and it, as if it were, and it doesn't have to presently be true, but you want to say it as if it were, and you want to feel good about saying it. That's the thing. You want to feel good. You don't want to feel negative. So I give you a second. You probably already have 10 of them as I talk, but I'll give you a second. So you'll inhale, I am, and exhale, mantra or affirmation of your choice. So close your eyes or soften the gaze. Find the little place in your head where the thoughts come in. Make it a little smaller. So inhale, think I am. Exhale, mantra. And keep going. Inhale, I am. Exhale, mantra. And if the mind does wander, as soon as you catch it, bring it back to the inhale, I am, and back to the mantra. So as soon as it happens, if it happens, just bring it right back. No stories, no judgments, no worries. You're not doing it wrong. Your mind was created to think, so it's okay. Just inhale, I am, and exhale, mantra. And if the mind wanders, just bring it back. If the mind wanders, just bringing it back. I'm just gonna read our cards, so just stay where you are. I pulled the lovely success card. Success. It says, congratulations. This card signifies the end of a long journey. You have successfully achieved what you set out. You have successfully achieved what you set your mind to feel. Let me start this over. This card, I should have reread it. This card signifies the end of a long journey. You have successfully achieved what you set your mind to feel. Confident in your achievements. Success. One more time. Congratulations. This card signifies the end of a long journey. You have successfully achieved what you set your mind to. Feel confident in your achievements. So you could start to come back from where your meditation has taken you. Maybe start to wiggle some fingers and toes. Maybe you want to take a stretch, really yawn, like you just woke up, fully refreshed, ready for the day. You think about that grocery list now. And we'll bring the palms together in front of the heart. And we'll say, the light in me honors that in each of you. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Michelle.
Everyone have a great week. Thank you for joining me.